Well, good evening, and welcome to St. James Family Worship, the perfect place for people who aren't. Man, oh man, am I glad to be back in my studio and things operating right. We've been having technical difficulties for 2 or 3 days, and who knows, it would be just one switch that caused the whole thing. Just one flip of a switch, and everything is back working right. Modern technology. Tech is something else. Today is day 277 of our open door devotionals, and tonight we'll be talking about wisdom looks for the lesson. Wisdom looks for the lesson. I hope you've had a wonderful day today. It's been rather rainy here in eclectic Alabama, so I pray that things are well where you are, like in Lineville, Alabama. Auntie, good to have you with us tonight here at St. James. Day 277, and let's get started into the Word. Our word for today, as far as text, is found in Proverbs 9:9. Here's the beginning of the Word. Instruct the wise, and they will be wiser still. Teach the righteous, and they will add to their learning. Wise people love instructions, and following instructions are a trait of the wise. Solomon often mentioned the fact of following in the ways of the instructors, following in the ways of the Father, following in the way of the leader, and of course, following the principles of God. Following instructions, can be hard for a person that's given to self-serving motives. Instructions are a good thing. Instructions are a good thing. I'm going to say that again. Instructions are a good thing. Every time you buy a disassembled item like a bicycle or a computer desk or anything that's got to be assembled, it comes with some instructions. Instructions are to aid you and keep you from committing error. Some people take instructions well, and some people are very poor at taking instructions. And that can be a bad thing, because sometimes people will critique you, and you got to be prepared for it. And their critique may not always be favorable. But although it may not be favorable, it can be productive. It can be productive. We call it productive criticism. How do you respond to productive or even negative criticism? Sometimes negative and productive criticism can help you see yourself and help you grow, all depending on how you respond to the criticism. In my early years, I didn't take well to criticism. I thought and I took everything somewhat personal. That was very unwise of me during that time, and it aided in a lots of conflict because I wasn't mature as I needed to be. So when people said things that were negative, or when people tried to critique, and the critiquing may have been for good, it always seemed like it was personal. So, as years went by and maturity set in, I got to the point to where I know it's not personal anymore, because it's not about me. And pastors, if you're listening to me right now, it's not about you in the church. It's about God. It's God's church. Jesus died for it. So we have to make sure that we do things to make for peace. And lots of that comes with wisdom. Other people may see what you're doing in a different light and feel that it's not the best way. We must be open to criticism and negative feedback. We need other people's feedback, and we need other people's opinions, because none of us have it all. Nobody has it all. That's why when God gives you a vision, normally if it's a God vision, you can't complete it by yourself, because God wants us to have fellowship. God wants us to have communion. Learn to grow from the criticism. Wisdom is always looking for a lesson to learn. Proverbs 12:15 says, a fool thinks he needs no advice, but a wise man listens to others. Don't be easily offended like I was in my young days. Negative feedback can be painful, but if you use it right, it can go a long ways in helping to produce wisdom in your life. Our key verse tonight said, instruct the wise and they will be wiser. Teach the righteous and they will add to their learning. Teaching and instructions are welcomed by wise and righteous people. It only takes them or only makes them more wise and more righteous, no matter where the instruction comes from. Well, God bless you and God keep you is my prayer for you tonight.